So I've traced the back panel, just like the front panel. It looks very similar. And for this one, there's not so much going on here for the back panel. There's no darts in, there's no shoulder darts to remove. There is a bit of ease in the back shoulder to create a bit of a curved shoulder shape. So we don't need to touch that. We're still not taking in the waist-star, so there's no need to mark that in. We are again lengthening it. My front length was 95 centimeters. Again, marking your seam allowance around the neckline. Then measure from there. But for the back, again, I have no back seam allowance, so this is will be cut on a fold. Again, this will be your grain line to follow when cutting your fabrics. So just mark that in as well. That this is a fold. I will make the back panel a little bit longer. So a touch longer, it's up to you whether you want to make the back a little bit longer than the front. It's totally optional. Just making a couple of centimeters longer, so doesn't matter. Again, don't forget we have lowered the armhole on the front and as well extended by 2 centimeters for extra room. Just as the front, we're doing the same thing on the back, okay? Mark that in. Okay, let's measure the length. Oh, remember that we also flat out a little bit. I did 5 centimeters around the hip area. We're doing the same. And let's see. Just drawing a straight line down. As we did on the front. Okay. But we do need to check with one thing, which is crucial. The side seam that we are going to be joining together. Make sure you measure. Okay. Make sure you mark in the seam allowance before you measure it. Because you'll be stitching on this line, you're not stitching on the edge of that pattern, so measurements need to be accurate where you're stitching. My measurement is 63.5. Three and a half is here, and then I will have centimeter hand seam allowance, so I'll mark that in while I'm at it. Okay, I do need to reshape up my armhole because I've dropped up my armhole and extended it, so I need to change that shape. Where's my okay. Curved. Reshape the armhole. We are reshaping the hand. remember to mark in your pocket position. Okay. I made my side pocket 16 centimeters. I'm gonna move my pocket position up from the hip line, 16 centimeters. So this is my pocket position. Depending on your body proportions and your preferences, I like my side pockets a little bit higher. So 16. Okay, that's my notch there. Okay, one last thing with that panel, although we don't have a front opening or a placket to add, but we do have a yoke. You would want to make your yoke at least 10 centimeters. I think that would be the minimum. For this particular shirt, I'm making my back yoke 13 centimeters from the neckline. Again, that's below the seam allowance, below the stitching line. So just marking that in. And then measure it across, right angle. And we are cutting this open. Okay, we're cutting this open, and don't forget to add your seam allowance on each side once it's cut open when you cut the fabrics. I mean, you can add it to your pattern, or actually I might just do that. So my back panel is finished. I'm going to cut that out. And remember, you're using paper cutting scissors. Do not use your fabric shears on paper. It will blunt it because your fabric scissors are very precious and expensive. You remember for the front panel at the hand, we have to reshape the edge. by folding in the seam allowance as how we would stitch our garments, and then cut it. We're going to do the same thing for the back panel. Oh, that just came off. Okay, we're going to have to fix this. Okay, and that's the correction for my collar. And now we cut this the yoke open and allowance both sides. Let's do this now rather than forgetting when cutting fabrics. And then you're wasting your fabric, you have to cut another panel and then make up for all the mistakes that you've made. Yeah, let's not do that. Yeah, don't throw away your scrap paper. They're very useful for patching things up. when you know that you're stitching two different panels together or two different pieces, especially when there's a curve at the joining part, make sure you fold in the seam allowance and reshape your cutting line, just so that you have enough fabrics for joining the two pieces together. This side, scraps of paper. Okay, so this is my back yoke. This is the back panel. Okay. And this is the front panel. The material will do the sleeves, cuffs, and pocket patterns, and then we're done. Easy.